Hi everybody, welcome to the Château de Grifferaie, season 5. Can you believe it?
I can't actually.
Looks like we're serious about this. Looks like we're in.
It's crazy.
Oh man,
it really is.
Yeah, if you're new to the channel, we are running a study abroad program for young people. We bought this incredible chateau, which just is so full of beauty, and we're going to start off this season with some great shots of the building and some sunsets. You know, it's foggy today, so we're shooting inside, but welcome from the classroom, by the way. This is the classroom.
Not just foggy, chilly.
Cold. It's been cold.
Below zero.
February has been cold, below 0 Celsius.
And no sun.
Yeah.
I'm watching other things online from people in the UK and other parts of France. They're all getting sunny days.
Yeah, I don't know, ice fog for us. Mr. Bingley's going to come join us. So, the hardest part about the cold is we've got 2 rooms. We've got the radiators running in the morning room, and we've got a little electric heater that we run during the cheap hours for electricity in our bedroom. So that's been really helpful. Really hoping Mr. Bingley doesn't hit the camera. Okay, there we go. And but the hardest part is at night when you have to go to the bathroom at night, going into that cold bathroom with like not a whole lot of clothes on. Oh,
The seat is cold.
Man,
It's icy.
That'll wake you up. Anyway, season 5. Hey, we've got some special things. We're working on our ensuite bathroom. We're gonna do a lot of demolition. We got some. We got shots of you going to the Brocante.
Yes.
Did you find some cool stuff?
I mean, of course, nothing that you're actually looking for.
Yeah, but you'll see some cool things. And then at the very end of this video, there's a bunch of different things. Some painting, I think, some time lapse. At the very end of the video, we got the video from our daughter's wedding. And if you watch, some of you guys, if you're watching this for the first time, you're like, who cares? You don't care. But others of you maybe have seen Amy on a few times. She's a really nice girl, and she's working in a church with young people, doing a killer job. Yeah. And both our kids great. And so we're gonna tag that at the end. Also, so if you're interested in that, you can enjoy that, or if you like watching a wedding video, just 4 minutes, nice and short. Also, the video editor, this was not me, the guy who did the video, nice guy, he overlaid some parts from the ceremony, which was me. I was the one preaching and leading the service, so you'll get to hear how I do a wedding, I guess, if you're at all interested. I don't know if they're interested. Okay, sure, are you ready to go? Here we go.
We're ready to go.
Let's go.
Season 5.
All right, season 5, welcome. Okay, it's Sunday, starting off the week, and I'm in a little town that's very close to Echemire, called, forgive my pronunciation, Chamir-la-Rouge, and it's, I saw it on the internet that they just finished restoring their organ, so I thought, well, you know what, my church in Angers today didn't have a service, so I thought, let's go to a Catholic service, and I'll go to a neighboring town and see this beautiful building, and I got here, and no one's here. It says, the internet said that mass is at 10:30, but I think in the small towns, they don't necessarily have church. I think it goes on a rotating schedule, and so I don't know where everybody's at, but you know what? I can still sing in this building, in this beautiful building, and still worship. Thought it would have been nice to hear the organ in action. Monday morning, and it's time to get painting. Mr. Bub's found a nice spot. I got a heater on, because it's really cold today. In fact, honestly, it was hard to get it started. I just wanted to sit around under a blanket. But let's start talking about the tiles, because that's what a lot of people are talking about in the comments. Okay, you can hear the heater in the background, and you can see I've had some pretty good success, actually. The tiles were really quite unlevel, and so that diamond grinder just brought it down nice and even. Now, several of you guys are saying, hey, why aren't you gonna do it the right way? Take off the tiles, that's not the right way to do tiles. And so, bless your hearts. This is my 8th room in the chateau that we've tiled, and the first couple I did it the North American way, where you pull everything off, and maybe you do that in Europe sometimes too. And then I started to realize when we got to the linen bathroom, I pulled the tiles off and I created several days of work, because it's not like America, guys. It's not like Canada. It's not like behind these tiles is a beautiful piece of cement board, concrete board. Sometimes in North America, you can just cut that whole board out, put a new board in, and you're flat, it's perfect, you're ready to go. Or sometimes, other times where it's just drywall or something, you take the chipper and they just come right off and it's perfectly smooth, everything's fine. Guys, when you start digging into these walls, first of all, some of these walls are only this thick. Like, take a look. If you can look at it, maybe you can't see it. The thickness here, that's the thickness of this wall. Okay, it's a couple inches. So, ideas like people saying dig into the walls. I'm like, yeah, you could do that, and then pretty soon you're dig through the wall. That is not what you want. Nor is like having kind of a background that's like this. And yeah, you can try to even it out. In the end, on a couple of those jobs, like the London bathroom and then also the guest room bathroom, I ended up like almost replastering the whole wall after. And so it's an incredible amount of work. And then more importantly, more significantly, I'll see if I can find a video. I'll see if I can clip this and put a clip over while I'm talking. We started in the guest room bathroom to try to take out all the floor tiles. And as I started going, I started noticing I could see through the floor to the next, to the basement. Like there was just a gap, like it was a hole. And I'm like, okay, we are not doing this. We are not. So you don't know what you're gonna take. People are like, well, there might be mold. There probably isn't mold because it's cement and then it's mortar and then it's tile. So it's unlikely there's mold there. What's more likely is if we start chipping stuff up, we break too much off and then it goes down into the next floor, which we do not wanna do. So we're gonna live with losing whatever, 1 centimeter. We're gonna live with that loss. It's gonna be nice and strong. The whole thing is like a big stone block building, so it's not like the weight's gonna hurt. It's sitting on a stone wall, which has incredible compression value. First job was re-sweeping and mopping dust again. Then the second job is get the ladders out and try to get this mold off with trusty vinegar. Now, it's interesting, I got up there and actually that's not mold. Those are actually just cracks, most of them. So I wiped that pretty hard and it's still there. So that's sort of good news. Maybe we should fill it, I don't know. It's not, I may just try to put a coat on and see how it looks. If it doesn't look good, I'll go back and fill it, but they're pretty small holes. I think the paint will fill them. We'll see. It smells like vinegar in here, and so I figured we should take this wonderful window washer we have. It's incredible, this thing. I don't know where we got it. And I rinsed it down, and we've washed the walls a couple times to make sure we get all the residue off before we paint. And this is very pleasant. I put a heater in here, partly because paint needs to be warm when it's drying. And also, I don't want to get my warm clothes all painted, so I'm wearing like ugly, dirty paint clothes, but they're not super warm, so this is killing 2 birds.
Well, it's a below 30-degree day and it's very chilly. So I'm going out and about because I can't find a bathroom vanity that won't be here in 2 months. So I thought I'd go give it a check out and see what I could find. Now, Brocantes, if you know anything about coming out to these, they're ridiculously hot in the summer and freezing in the winter. So I'm not getting heat out of the deal, but at least I'm getting distraction. So I'm here to look for some kind of piece of furniture that I could make into a possible sink vanity, but you kind of get distracted along the way. Look at these beauties. So our Loire Valley Study Abroad logo has these little lions. These are actually to go in the fireplace. And they're just very, very cute. The things that distract you along the way, but they're pretty cool. One of my favorite little spots I regularly check out is this sort of brown and mustard and chocolate brown collection of pottery, which are pretty great. And they're all different kinds of casserole bowls and cool olive oil pots and things like that. I've bought a few to hold utensils, but I did see way up here over to the right that they have a few of these little custard containers. I've been looking for this kind of thing for making creme brulee maybe for the students, so we'll have to see if these will work.
You guys, if you've been watching us, know that we've had just the dickens of a time finding marble. In fact, I went into the store the other day and the guy was telling me there's no marble in France. It's all fake marble, which is what we've had to buy so far. Anyways, Leslie decided to expand her search to Alibaba, which I believe is Chinese. Check out some of these marble. Beautiful. How about this one? Oh, see if we can find it. Yeah, look at that. That'd be great. Big, that's a beauty right there. Or even this one. Can you imagine? That would be super cool. Big floor of that. Very French, the fleur-de-lis. And then this one here, which also adds the Calcutta gold. So it's Not only that cool pattern, but also you got a little bit of the gold in there. Anyways, looks like we may have finally found our tile. I don't know if it's coming from China or where it's coming from, so we think the shipping is going to be bad, but the prices are really quite good. So we'll see.
Well, you would think among the abundance we would find something. And yet, nothing yet. And there are several aisles to go, but they have to be the right size, the right depth, and the right height. We will keep looking. And then you come along a piece like this, which I'm not exactly sure what it is, to be honest. It has a lot of little drawers, which are fun, and a little cubby hole, and then doors on each side, which is really interesting. Some interesting carving, and some very large mirrors that are as big as me. Notice my puffy coat. It is very, very cold in the back here, especially. That's a very large mirror and really interesting, kind of early 1900s. Arts and crafts, William Morris vibes, which is fun. Cool, but not what I'm looking for.
It definitely needs a second coat. There's definitely some areas that are not very well painted. Oh, some are better than others, aren't they? Look at that. Pretty good on the left, went a little thicker there, but a little bit light on the right there. So we'll get a second coat on this, and I may not have to edge again. I did a really thick job on the edging, but the edging looks good, and we're running out of paint too, so we'll see what we can do here. I'm up on a ladder here in the bathroom. This is looking through the transom. You can see the landing. And so I've learned, I'm not the greatest painter, but I've learned a lot from my wife, who's a very good painter. And the biggest mistake you can do when you're edging something is not go all the way. Like if you leave the original color between the two new colors. So better to overlap once and then you can clean it up at the other side. This is the same color, so no big deal. You'll notice there's a fair amount of paint on the glass, but that's because with a little razor, it is so easy to clean that up. Like you just, and it's perfect. So I decided just to go over it just for time, and we'll come back with the razor and clean it up. But yeah, it's looking good. With all the sanding, there's quite a bit of dust. We'll see if we upgrade this little guy. This was just, I think, a $25 or $50, maybe $20, $30 little chandelier we put in here. We could probably use a little more light, but I like it. I was worried we weren't gonna have enough paint, but I think we are. It's looking good.
So I've decided to think out of the box. I'm not sure I want to go out this far out of the box, but this is interesting, right? It's a little sideboard. Not exactly the era I like. Probably early 1900s. Does have storage in the bottom. Does have two drawers. Technically it is the right width for us. And we would have a lot of storage. Now the mirror would be an issue. So maybe that top piece doesn't go back on. And we use that somewhere else and we just keep the bottom. But it's an interesting idea. Well, the top piece does move, but the whole piece itself is just too tall. Technically it says Henry II, so maybe it's older than I think. But either way, he's not gonna work. Now this guy is large. Like, he is up to here on me. I don't think you can tell, like my waist. He's huge, but that marble is gorgeous and on sale. I don't think I could buy a piece of marble finished edges for €180. Still have to get the holes cut, and I don't know what I would do with the piece below, but I could stick it somewhere. It's storage, right? I don't love it, but all these things you have to think about when we're hunting for stuff.
The room is painted. Had enough for the 2 coats, that's the good news. And it's drying, so yeah, please. Again, all a big process. Let me zoom this out. You can see it's pretty much empty. We got almost everything out. I painted that little pipe. Hopefully we'll cut it down a little bit. That used to be the toilet water supply. Now it's in the wrong place. I told Leslie we should make it a automatic Mr. Bingley feeding drinking station. That's overkill. And I don't really want to leave water open to spill throughout the whole chateau. But you could do it theoretically. Here again, I think what we're probably gonna do, we'll wait till, Leslie's the boss on this, so we'll wait till she gets back, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna use those bricks to lift up the shower base. We're gonna have a bunch of those, and then, because it has to, again, the drain doesn't run into the ground here, it runs over to the side and then it goes sideways, so it's a very tricky little situation. So we have to have a, you know, probably 15 centimeters of clearance to get the right angle for all the drains going in there, because all three of them have to go. The toilet, remember, this is an electric toilet, it's a broyeur, so it runs sideways. It has a pump and it shoots out sideways, and that presents some interesting challenges because you don't want that stuff to go in the wrong place. So we're gonna probably send that like this and then angle it that way, and then have the sink come in here and then go the same direction, so we're not sending toilet stuff back up the sink, clearly. And same thing with the shower base will drain here and it'll go this way. So we'll have Y connections pointing all the stuff this way. Yeah, it's not ideal. We're gonna put an air inlet valve here. There is for those that are interested in plumbing, there is a vent stack where this terminates, you know, or in a room over there, but there's nothing here. So it's not an ideal situation, but you do what you need to. Anyways, probably cut those off and then run them on the ground underneath where you can't see them. I think we'll probably trench out this wall because this wall is quite thick. So we can trench this one, and then we'll probably run, Leslie wants to have the tap here and the head here. So you don't have to get yourself wet every time you turn on the water, which is a good idea. She says in rich houses, they do that a lot. So then we'll run the water again through the wall and then underneath. And then if we can, we'll trench up here and come out, but we'll see. That's a really thin wall, so we may not be able to trench it. Another cold, foggy day here at the Chateau. This seems to be a winter thing, and Mr. Bingley has added a new element to his routine. He runs and checks out the edge of that forest on the way back. Not the first thing he does, it's kind of the last thing he does. It's funny how we're all creatures of habit. And then we'll see. Sometimes he usually likes to go out the front and come in the back. But maybe he sees me here. We'll see if he comes. I think he's gonna come. Mr. Bingley. Is he coming? Mr. Bingley? You coming, Mr. Bingley? Everybody wants to see Mr. Bingley. There he is. There he is. Okay, in we go, Mr. Bingley. Door's open because it's really the same temperature inside and out. You playing with your bunny? Is that your bunny? How did you get the bunny? I get the bunny. It was just 1 second ago you were playing with it. I was trying to get a video of it. See, your mom says that you always play after dinner, and sure enough, you were playing with the bunny. And I thought the people would enjoy seeing that, but now you're just sitting looking at me. I mean, it's very attentive of you, but it's not a very good video. Or maybe it is.
Well, wouldn't this have been handy to have seen when we were looking for a bibliotech library piece? Although it's huge, it's actually quite nice. It's like the light oak that's popular again, and has beautiful glass shelves, really deep shelves on the inside, and really beautiful glass doors. It's a shame, really, because we can handle the height, but I don't think we have a wall long enough because of all the windows. But cool piece. Another little spot I like to check is to see if maybe there's any old gates, because it would be fun to find a beautiful gate for the chateau. And then I turned my head and saw this and went, well, there's a nice throne for Roberto. Isn't that funny? That is a throne of a chair. That table base is quite lovely also, to be honest. Look how beautiful. Anyway, pretty funny.
So Leslie and I are standing in the bathroom. That's the new shower. It's none too big.
Nope.
It's like 4 feet by a little less than 3.
Yeah.
120 by 80.
It's snug.
Anyways, we're trying to make a decision on if we put the tap on the back wall and run from there,
Sidewall,
or we put a tap here and we run here and then back down and back up.
well, it would be like the thermostat is on the wall that has the original tub fixture on there on the left. You know how sometimes when you have, especially a really long shower, which isn't technically a long shower, you would turn it on, you know, when you open the door, and then you don't get sopping wet when you turn it on. That's the fact that we already have water on that wall, both walls actually. It has been an interesting discussion because sometimes the dog's toes are dirty, and this way you don't get doused when you're trying to turn on the water and get him clean. So
does that make sense? So if the hand wand was here and the controls were here, you could just reach in, wash the dog, and the tap's way over there, so you're not gonna get wet. The rain head's way over there.
Shower head.
Whereas if it's all over here, then you gotta kind of step all the way in.
Get wet.
Yeah. So you're saying in fancy houses the trend is to have the tap farther over?
Often you'll have the controls on the wall right by the door, and then if the water goes on, you don't have to get wet while it warms up, and it's quite nice. And the fact that it's already plumbed is why we're entertaining the discussion.
Well, we were for sure going to do it until we realized these pipes were exposed, because then what we'd have to do is cut them off and then trench them into the wall and then back down. So it gets to be complicated, and you don't want all these connections hidden under the shower base where if they leak, you don't know about it until there's water running into the Grand Salon. Indeed. So it's a complicated. We'll figure it out. Oh, hey guys, welcome to the middle of the video. More good news. We had a roofers call back and say they're gonna come give us a quote for the stables, so that's exciting. Hopefully it's a nice low quote so we can afford it. Also,
and that they're available.
Yeah, and it's not easy. Like speaking of which, we're trying to buy like tile and vanities and stuff, like, you know, furniture for the bathroom. A lot of times we go to the Brocante, but you're trying to order some stuff and we're getting like 3-month wait time or 2-month, 50 days.
Yeah, it's annoying. I know I expected maybe 4 to 6 weeks. That's pretty common. But, you know, May is rough. And April, that's rough from now.
So this project's going to kind of go on for a while, we think. So enjoy the nice shots of Mr. Bingley. What else? Yeah. No,
well, we have a lot of fun projects coming up just even before students get here. We have some work weeks and exciting things that I'm looking forward to.
We have 2 groups of people coming out to work with us this year, which is fun. Oh, also, here's a bride announcement. We had a guy spot open up. We've been full for quite a while with the program for 2025, but we had a guy spot. Sometimes they come open, somebody gets married or someone has to be a best man or something. They have to drop out. So we had a spot come available, and we actually have a pretty good scholarship for it. So if you know somebody 18 to 25, nice guy, for the scholarship, the categories are financial need and also work ethic. Like they want to go to somebody that has a good track record of working hard, and they're not just slacking off. They're good, hardworking people, but they don't have a ton of money behind them, and so they like something like this they probably couldn't do. Anyways, we have a significant scholarship. So if you know somebody that'd be interested, let us know. Of course, remember that a significant part of the program is reading through the Bible. So, you know,
they have to care about that.
You know, they have to be willing. It's, you know, they're going to be 4 hours of that a day. So, you know, we don't want someone to hate it. Like they're like, I don't believe in that. I believe in,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yep, that is a large rabbit. You can see why the dog ran out so fast this morning. It's a rather dreary day, and it says it's supposed to feel like 27 with a chance of snow somewhere. It's cold out here. Let's hope the dog comes in quick because it's misty and chilly.
Anytime I walk up the servant staircase, I see this little mural, this beautiful idea Leslie had and our friend Ken painted, and I start looking at all the names of the students we've had over the last couple of years. I still hope, though, the first few years we didn't have this painted, so we don't have their names. It'd be nice to get their names too someday. And I think we'll add probably close to 50 names again this year, and that is just so great. There's Mr. Bingley. And it's inspiring. It kind of gives me a little energy for the day. And that's really good because I woke up this morning a little bit sick today. And it's that one where you have to go to the bathroom all the time. I won't give you too many details, but I will say that if there's one thing worse than that kind of sickness, it's that sickness in an extremely cold chateau with a really cold bathroom. Woke up about every hour last night and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be rough. In Europe, often you see these towel warmers connected to the radiators. They make total sense. And sometimes they're hot water with the radiator system, and sometimes they're electric. And this is something that's very common here, and it makes great sense because then not only do you warm up your towels, which feels great, but also the very real issue of the towels never dry because there's no forced air in the furnaces, right? So it tends to be, they tend to get a little moldy. So this is going to be a wonderful addition to our bathroom, being able to have dry towels and not have them go bad. Excited to have it. Okay, back to the bathroom. We're doing some plumbing today. We're gonna try to cut this out of the wall. So we'll untighten that one, and also while we're at it, go real slow across here. We're gonna put some shutoffs on this so that later on when we turn the water back on, we can have a little hose, and then just in case you need emergency water. Plus, it's always good to have shutoffs. Here we go, we're taking this off. We gotta talk, otherwise the music will give us a copyright strike. There we go.
So we'll mix it up so they can't tell it's not really nice. That came out really great.
Yep. This thing is working so much better. All right, we've actually made a lot of progress. I've got this thing zoomed out so the scale might look funny. That's where the shower is going to go. It's going to sit up on bricks. We've got more bricks. Because of course, the way the drain is, it's a really weird connection. It's not a great connection at all. So we've had all kinds of problems, and some things have gone well. We've already trenched it out, and what we're going to do is we're going to run water up here. Then we're gonna run more water to the toilet and then to the cold. And then we've got we bought the spout, the shower spout. We decided on one, and it has a separate handhold. And then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna trench all the way through here. We're gonna run a PEX cable up to here and then over here, and that's gonna be the spout. So, I mean, the good news is that you've got your handle here and you don't get wet when you turn your handle on. The drain's gonna work better than I thought. So I don't know if you can see this, but it ends there. And so it's gonna run straight to this guy, and then we're gonna split it up to two sides. It'll be up a little higher, of course. This one's gonna run to this. I think that's a 60-degree angle. Oh, and then I put that brick there. I'm gonna move that brick. Hang on, we'll move the brick. So it hits the exact same angle on the other side, then it runs out there into the toilet. Again, electric broyer toilet with a really narrow little, anyways, that's gross, but that's how it works. And then on the other side, it works even better. We'll run a pipe out of here and directly across to here and then out to the sink. And then of course this one runs to, this is where the shower terminates right here. So it's all gonna work. The next job is a very unpleasant one, and that is to get the grinder again. And we're gonna cut that angle all the way. The nice thing about the PEX pipe is that it bends a little bit, it's plastic. So less connections, less chances of a leak. But yeah, this is gonna be a dirty, dirty job. Here we go. Cloudy day, cold again. Deliveries are starting to come, but they're not here yet. Here's one of them. The second one should come this week. I made a mistake. I thought for the amount of money we paid, I thought we were getting two, but it was only one. Yeah, good. Is there anything else we want to talk about? Like while we're here, we could just do a segment. Got Mr. Bingley.
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
How he would like to have some affection? Oh.
Is that how it works?
Poor puppers. Poor puppers. Poor puppers.
Coming downstairs to get some apple juice, and completely dry. Completely dry. Hasn't rained. in a day. We'll take it. As you guys know, we love drinking the local apple juice. This, I guess that bottle looks a little old. We've had it for a while. We'll enjoy this. The students, of course, love it. We have it every morning. Towards the end of the year, I was having difficulty getting this guy working. I don't know, we running at a butane heater, and I don't know, maybe we were just too tired. So it was not going great. Oh, this is a good temperature. 800, 700 there, 600 there. The roof, yeah, that's good. The roof is like 900 or whatever. Yeah, good. So I thought, now that things have slowed down, let's give this another try. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, there we go. A little Hawaiian pizza for Leslie and me. See how she goes. That's pretty good. A little Hawaiian. It's a bit juicy, but looks like we got the bottom cooked. Let's have it try. Guys, thanks for coming with us. And also, we're gonna try to make some changes. I was looking at the numbers, and we get some money from YouTube, but not a ton. And Patreon's been better to us. Thank you guys that are on Patreon. What I think we're gonna do is we're gonna do less ads on the videos, because who likes ads for one thing? Unless we find out that YouTube's not showing the videos to anyone, because
we're not doing ads.
So we'll probably do ads at the start still. But I think we're gonna take out all the mid ads, and so hopefully that's a gift to you guys. And to everybody, to us too, and if we're watching
see how it works out.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll stay with us the whole season. We got a few months till the students come, and lots of chance to work on stuff.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the sight of God, in the presence of these witnesses, to celebrate one of life's greatest moments. There are few things in life more important than two people pledging their love before their family, their friends, and before God. And so we honor this sacred day by asking His blessing on Isaac and Amy, who have come here willingly to vow their love as long as they both shall live. This is a day of transformation. As Amy becomes a wife and Isaac a husband, together they will become a family. The love their families have shared with them, they will now share with each other. And they will teach their children the lessons they have learned. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud.
So did you hear the shotgun?
It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes. It always perseveres. Love is not always easy, but it is always good. It was God who first came up with the idea of marriage. He creates Adam in the story in Genesis. He puts him in the garden, and he says, "It is not good for man to be alone. I will create a helper suitable for him." The two are better in one than the teacher tells us.
A blessing upon it, that they would glorify you. In the name of Jesus, amen.
In marriage, we are afforded the opportunity to become more than who we are. There can be a synergy greater than the sum of your parts. And you have that opportunity in marriage for your gifts to become better, to learn from each other, to grow from each other. Marriage grinds the edges off us. It shows us our blind spots. Sometimes it forces us to do battle with our blind spots. It forces us to do battle with our human nature, our selfish nature. Isaac Zora, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to love and cherish, in sickness and in health, forsaking all others till death do you part?
I do.
Do you, Amy Hildebrand, take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband, to love and to cherish, in sickness and in health, forsaking all others till death do you part?
I do.
Therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me as a minister of the gospel and in accordance with the laws of the great state of Washington, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Isaac and Amy Zora.